Hi everyone, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you're well, and if you have some time today, grab your supplies and maybe some coffee. And I would love if you journal with me. I do have my coffee this morning, and I also have a little bit of a question answer beginning. I'm going to use my two current journals, a Hobonichi Day Free and my junk journal for Junk Journal January in this session. However, I've had some friends ask me about getting started in journaling, so I thought while I chat along and journal, I would include that too. So I hope you have your supplies and whatever you like to enjoy while you journal, whether it's a cup of coffee or tea. I have to move mine out of the way or I will definitely spill it. So just a couple minutes about the journal process for me. I have been journaling for a couple of years. I'll call it regularly versus daily. I think I really enjoy journaling across the week, and I might not finish a page every day. And so I've had some friends ask me about starting out and picking journals. Just going to do a little bit of a quick chat about that. And what I find, I've tried a whole bunch of different things, but what I find is it might be a good idea to try actually a couple journals to see what fits you. So the purchased and already decorated journals I think are great. This one is actually a little planner, but you could journal in it too. I'm going to use that this year for some projects. You can make a starter junk journal, and I'll link the video that I made this little one in a session. Really easy. You can make them no-sew or just put in a pamphlet stitch. All made out of reusable materials, junk mail. And then a traveler's notebook is a nice option. They have lined, dot, blank, sometimes grid paper. This one was, I think, inexpensive. It was, I don't know, it was under $20. I think maybe $10. And you can use the inserts in a variety of ways. I think anything actually with grid or dot paper is a good place to start. And yes, and here's my junk journal January challenge prompt journal, and I think that's also a good way to jump into journaling. So today I'm going to chat a little bit more about supplies that when I started in the process I really thought were the most helpful to me. So the first that I have in this little handwritten list on the left-hand side are pens. I am a big fan of pens. And if I were to try two, which is sort of my theme right now as suggestions, I would get a fine point like the Micron and a brush pen. I think those are my go-tos. And then the next thing are papers. And I think if you have book pages or music pages and scrapbooking papers, that you can get a lot of bang for your journaling buck. I think that just getting pretty papers is really inspirational. And I am going to actually glue this down. I noticed I had a little bit of a glare earlier in the video, so I'm kind of reorganizing myself. All right, here we are. So I think that scrapbook paper, embossed paper, anything that just inspires you that you think's pretty. Painted papers I have on the top left where you just make marks and scrape paint. Just pick a couple, pick colors that you enjoy. I love book pages and dictionary pages, so that's what I'm using in my Hobonichi Day Free. I am going to be doing my weekend review, and I will link this in the description box. I always have a list of the different videos if you want to see more of how I do that. Anyway, moving on to a few more things that were helpful to me when I started was just picking out a couple kinds of applying color to your pages. So a simple water brush and watercolor set I think is a great way to go. Doesn't matter the brand. And then also these kiwi sticks, or no, I'm sorry, quick sticks. I always mix that up. Sorry. Quick sticks are tempera paint. They go on like chapstick. You are able to write over them, although there is a waxy waxy texture, so not all pens love writing over them. But I think for simple backgrounds and mark making, they are really fun and they dry basically instantly. Also, I know a lot of journalers like these liner pens, and again, it does not matter the brand. These are the mild liners, and just adding a pop of color with those, I think, is a whole lot of fun. All right, there's a close-up of the list. Help you see that a little bit better. So I hope these tips and ideas have inspired you a little bit. If you are an avid journaler and none of this is new to you, thanks for hanging on with me. But perhaps, I don't know, when I listen to other videos, there's always supplies that I haven't used in a while and I like, you know, chatting and hearing about. And so I hope it's helped you out in some way. All right, so this is the brush pen, and just putting in today's date for the journal session. On the left-hand side here, I'm going to use now the Micron. I love a Micron. They are waterproof, and so if you use watercolors with them, you will not have a problem at all. Going in with the mild liners. And sometimes I just layer. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I usually pick a couple colors to sort of unify the page and a few things that inspire me. And I'm going to move on now to decorative elements. So besides pretty paper, having washi tape and stickers I think are great and easy starters. I love stickers. I'm a kid at heart when it comes to stickers. And these are special because I'll chat in a minute about a friend who's a debut children's author, and I'm excited about that. And yeah, those washi tapes. And then I just do a lot of arranging. That's part of my journal process, is when I say I journal regularly, I put out a lot of bits and pieces across the week that inspire me. I may not glue them down, but I leave them on a table and have them here and about. So I do a lot of arranging. Now I'm jumping into glue because the two kinds of glue, I guess they call glue sticks dry glue, and they then there's wet glues like the art glitter glue, which is a little bit on the pricier side. Oh, yeah, more coffee. But I'll tell you, that has lasted me a very long time, the art glitter glue. So that's one I've really liked. And then finally for cutting your bits and pieces or washi tape or papers, I really like a simple, pair of scissors and a metal ruler. So yeah, I would just suggest, if you're new, learn by doing, try a couple methods, a couple styles of journals, a few supplies, 2 supplies of color, 2 decorative elements, some glue, something to cut with, and I think you'll be off for a really good time to figure out what you like as a journaler. I think it's really a process. I've tried a number of journals. Again, I think I've been a regular journaler mostly over the last couple years. I have dabbled with it before, but I think now it's just really a great practice and way to relax, and it's part of my self-care and self-reflection, and I really love it. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll leave that list right on my page. All right, so find out what you like and just give it a try. I would love to hear about that. And I really do recommend comparing and contrasting a couple styles, because by doing, you'll figure out what feels best to you. So I'm gonna gear up for some weekend fun. My friend Nancy is a debut middle grade author, and we have her book launch this weekend. So I will be journaling more about that. Nancy Tandon, The Way I Say It. It's a new middle grade novel for 9 to 12-year-olds. All right, moving on to Junk Journal January. So much fun. And again, I would recommend if you're newer to journaling that you try prompts. They give you great ideas. They stretch you and give you some fun things to try. So this accordion journal is what I made and what I've been working in for Junk Journal January. And of course it stretches out, but for my camera view, I like to work in a double page spread at a time. Otherwise, it just gets, I don't know, it gets too wonky, I guess, for me. And so yeah, I usually clip down one of the sides, and that gives me a doable work area. So for today's prompts, I am working on, let's see, 18. You've got mail. So this is some of my junk mail. And I got a magazine in the mail, so I'm counting those 2 bits. Also scented and simplicity. So this double page spread is going to include all of those prompts together, just elements of them. I'm really liking that approach. And as I say, my process is just gathering at first, and I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up now. I felt I was too far away. All right, so part of the junk mail was I did some magazine harvesting, as they say. Oh yeah, so magazines, that's another great supply for you as a journaler if you're new to journaling. And I cut out Community and Start. I'm really feeling now in January of 2022 that I'm sort of just beginning to dig into all that's out there in the journal community, doing more of the prompts, being a more regular poster on, I guess poster? I don't know. I'm putting a few more videos up. Oh, wow. On YouTube. And I don't know. I just feel like I now am really enjoying the everyday, if it's not every day, rather the regular habit of journaling and sharing a bit more. So yeah, magazines, giving you that tip there. And then for scented, I thought I would use that chocolate paper. I don't know. I always feel that we have some local candy stores, and when I go in, the scent of chocolate, I'm a big chocolate fan, so is always something that I definitely enjoy. So yeah, that's going to be for scent. And then I'm not sure about this Discover Books. It was the packaging for a book I recently bought. Not sure if I'm including that yet or not. Another favorite supply I have that eventually, once you start adding a couple supplies that you want to play with, that I really enjoy and would recommend is a white gel pen. And so far, this Uniball Signo pen is one of my faves for sure. It is a little bit skipping over this paint that's on the page background, but it's okay. I recommend going slow with a gel pen. Somehow the ink, it just needs to ball up, I guess, on the end of the roller. So I don't know. That's worked well for me. All right, starting to glue and trim and staple. So how is your journaling going? Are you participating in Junk Journal January? Is it something that you like to do? Are you a new journaler? Is journaling something you've done for a really long time? I would love to hear about that. I am, as I say, I think a couple years into regular journaling, trying out a lot of different styles of journals, not always this style. I think I love variety, and if you're a person who wants to try more than one type of journaling, junk journaling, or art journaling, or simply writing in a journal, find whatever works for you. I think that is the beauty of journaling, is that you can experiment. All right, I'm going in with a little bit of cheesecloth. That's another fabric supply that's easy to come by. Oh yeah, and these are my mittens. I had to take a break a little while ago. I just turned off the camera and popped back on. We got snow here again in New England, and I had to shovel. So if my hands are red, which I think they kind of are, I had to take a break and go shovel my steps. I didn't want anyone to who might be delivering mail and such to encounter my snowy steps. So that's what that was about. Oh yeah, and packaging. I think I said that earlier, but maybe not. Any sort of packaging like the candy wrapper or the book packaging is great to include in junk journals, or I include them in my Hobonichi. Now, my Hobonichi is, that's a certain brand. It does not matter at all the brand you use, any dot or grid or graph sort of paper. My creative journal in my Hobonichi is very chunky. So you do have to sort of decide as a journaler, do you want it to be chunky? Are you okay with that? If you get the what do they call it, alligator mouth, you have to figure it out if you want a flat journal more with stickers and markers and things and drawing. So I don't know. And now going into the final details. So a little bit of pen work here and Junk Journal January. Oh yeah, and this was sort of fun. Look what happened at the end here. Unity and art. When I covered my page, I love that. The word community and start ended up also being unity and art. I thought that was really a fun twist at the end. So thank you to all subscribers. I really appreciate you stopping by my channel. Thank you so much for watching.